Our last handful of no name what's in the bags haven't gone so well. Just so I figured while we got some new info on Jordan Spieth, I figured we go over his what's in the bag. So you want to jump in on that, or to jump talking? Have any other comments about Jordan Spieth not getting into the elevated event this week?
I mean, the only thing that I have to say is that he hasn't been playing. If he had been playing, maybe with some good trending, you would have made that list. But that's just not. I wasn't in the cards for you, Mister Speed. I mean, this is like his third event this year. He didn't get into the elevated events earlier this season. So, I mean, what's the big deal about you not getting into the AP? It's 1 year. You play good enough, like you said.
Not to
Joe,
be there next week. It's been a great place for me, and I really wish I was getting that start, but I needed to play better injured golf last year, I guess.
but just play better.
Uh,
Get into it next
I
year.
know, I know, but imagine where he mentally for him, where he's been early on in his career, to
Privilege.
have the fall off that he's had through a number of different factors. Let's get into his what's in the bag. This is his latest as of January. Go through it and hit the high points. So he's
Yeah.
got this custom AT&T bag going on. Old Jordan Spieth hairline. I swear it falls back just a little bit every year. So still playing the TSR2. A lot of wear on that bad boy. A lot of reps with the Fujikara Ventus Black 6X SX words with the D1 SureFit setting.
The I guess the two is more like the more forgiving one where you can just swing it a little bit harder. The three setting, which I use, I have the TSR3. It's more
Mm-hmm.
just the weighting you can change up and stuff like that. But when these guys hit it out the middle so much, they don't really need a lot of that stuff. They're playing a lot of different clubs that we don't get to touch. So his club is probably a TSR2 by title, but it's probably something else inside. So, yeah, I still think it's a great club, though. I mean, mine is
Yeah.
amazing.
3 wood, 15 degree, nothing special. TSR3. Again, mentioning the Mitsubishi Tensei AV Raw Blue 75 Tourex shaft. This is really becoming a popular 3 wood shaft. We've seen this a
Yeah,
number of different times where people are putting the blue. I've mentioned it's the spinnier of the shafts, which doesn't surprise me that people would want a little more spin on their 3 woods, particularly going into greens on par fives. So not surprising, but one that we're seeing quite a bit this year. Um, Again, wrestling the title away from the Fujikara Ventus as the number one shaft. They're definitely putting up a fight in this thing, and I'm wondering if it's just. I mean, I think it's a good shaft. I'm wondering if there was just too much hype around the Ventus, where everybody just ran to it. But we're seeing people migrating back to other stuff or out
yeah.
of it. What do you think about that aspect?
The thing about the Ventus is if it's a Velocore, which is kind of like the uppity version of the Ventus shaft, then yeah, you're getting a different shaft. It's a lot boardier. It's a lot more consistent. It's definitely the upgrade that would make it worth the while. But if it's just like a regular Venice blue or regular Venice black, then it's not much difference, and the Tensei is definitely outstepping
Mm,
it on in that aspect. But yeah, it's just a Velocore. Like you got to look it up. I don't know it off the top what the specs are, but it definitely for sure solidifies the shaft as a great shaft. We can get it. It's just more expensive. It's like a upgraded shaft. It's probably $300 charge upwards of that if you get it, and you can get that through TaylorMade or Titleist or any major dealer really right now. But
mm-hmm.
the Ping has a really nice tour stiff shaft, so you don't really have to really deviate from what they got going on. But yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I
I
love
don't
my
love it.
10 cent. Well, for a
Yeah,
stock shaft where you're not getting an upgrade, then it's a good
that's
shaft.
true. It's not nothing to be sneezed at. But as soon as I could get something better and move over to the Tensei Orange, yeah, I got that adapter switched out. So this one's interchangeable. I couldn't find a good photo, but he does play this hybrid, particularly when he's stateside. The TS2 at 21 degrees, again the A1 sure fit setting with the Graphite Tour Design AD at 95 and that Tour X. He does alternate a 3-iron, especially when they go play overseas and kind of more link style course where you're going to get more rollout. He will play that 3-iron, which we've seen again with a slightly heavier Tour AD shaft. We've seen that orange and white for a long time when he's playing that. And occasionally I think he plays a little bit more. I've seen him switch out that T200, a little more of a chunky boy 3-iron as well. But yeah, he plays with this club quite a bit, just depending on the conditions. Any comments on kind of that kind of part of his bag?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have a replacement, a backup. Right now, I'm really enjoying my hybrid, but I still have a driving iron that I keep handy just in case, and it does about the same.
I was gonna ask you, had it made a return yet?
No, my hybrid is it's way too good right now.
Kind of already alluded to this. Playing the Titleist T100 irons 4 through 9, usually with the Project X 125.
Nice shaft.
We always get. You said say that again.
It's a nice shaft.
Yeah, always a little bit surprising when they go a little bit lighter to that 125 range versus let's say 130. We've seen a couple of 135s this year as well. But you know, pretty straightforward here. Not surprising. He's been playing these for a few years now. Then we kind of transitioned into the wedges. Again, no real surprises playing the SM10s. I do appreciate the detail on the lofts here. Very specific lofting. That pitching wedge at 46.5, the gap at 51.5, the sand wedge 55.5, and then the lob wedge at 60.5. Very specific stuff going on here. Playing again, surprisingly light shafts for wedges. Project X, that one's kind of on par with his set. Going through the pitch and wedge, but then 120 on the rest of his wedges. So very interesting, very light for wedge shafts. Usually we see them go a little bit heavier. What do you think about that move from Jordan?
I don't think that's that uncommon. I mean, a lot of pros are playing like 125s and stuff like that. There's just really not a need to swing a heavier shaft if you don't need to. I mean, a lot of people are trying to create speed and become more athletic. I think that's what the game is gravitating towards. You know, we talk about that a lot. But yeah, so Jordan's getting a little bit older as it is. So yeah, he doesn't really need to swing 130s and S400s and stuff like that.
We see him throwing a lot of shots past the flag and spinning them and ripping them back. He has a lot of spin, which I think some of these lofts play to. I'm always a fan of the 55-degree wedge. It was one of the first wedges that I started playing with. So
he does have a 56. I'm slow. That's a 4.
You missed that one in the middle there.
I'm literally looking at the screen and I'm like, 51.5, 65. Like, what is?
It's so weird because all the decimals, right? That mess.
See, all them fives that you blended on it. Yeah,
put your contacts in.
That's my fault.
And then we have this putter that we've seen forever. Well worn grip here. That bad boy gets some work to be sure.
Yeah, it got put in timeout though.
Because he's trying out some different stuff.
Yeah, he tried out. I mean, you can call it that, but it ain't really trying it out. It's the TaylorMade version. It's a TaylorMade version of the Scotty. It's just as old. It's just as worn. Same blade build, same neck, same putter grip. It's just a TaylorMade with a different face. It's, I mean, it's almost like shoulder length on that thing, bro. I swear to God, it's almost the same putter. It's just TaylorMade.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like one of their My TPs or their PLDs or something like that from TaylorMade. Just their tour use only type deal. Right, but it's a nice looking putter. It's just newer.
It is. All right, and that's Jordan Spieth. What's in the bag? And also, he's playing the ProV1x, which we're a big fan of this year.
Yeah,
Great ball this
great
year.
ball.
So that's his Jordan Spieth's bag. Want to go over somebody a little more known. Again, surprise winner this week with Joe Highsmith. So the information was out there, but not a lot of actual pictures. So I didn't want to do a half-ass version of a what's you get a lot of stuff out of this channel, y'all. A little business knowledge, a little technical golf knowledge, a little BS in here and there. You're in a well-rounded environment. So hit that subscribe button, hit that membership button. We got you covered on all things golf.